Hi everyone. I hope you're doing well today. Um, I have a message from the universe for you. I have already picked the base card and I'll clarify on camera today for a change. So, we started off with the Queen Mother Nanny, which I love because I'm Jamaican. And her message is she was a spiritual leader, military strategist, and revolutionary. The Ashanti leader or healer was brought to Jamaica in chains and escaped to lead rebellions. Nani helped to free over 800 enslaved people. Her guidance is break free. Your dreams hold the power and keys to your liberation. You are freedom herself. Rise up. You deserve to feel free. What do you imagine for yourself? Daring to manifest your dreams is a part of personal liberation. Find your own personal liberation codes in your soul's unspoken desires. Life is too short to live within someone else's story. Divine blessings and magic are on your side. Enjoying your freedom fully is the best gift to your ancestors. And her declaration is, my dreams empower me. On the bottom of the deck, we have Allah. She is the goddess of grief and she's from Nigeria. Ancient Earth Mother Allah is the foremost able Alusi, and that's a deity. Goddess Allah oversees motherhood, fertility, and the afterlife. After death, humans return to the womb of Allah, replanted in the soul to reincarnate. Her guidance is give spirit your grief, bawl it out, wail it out, cry it out, sob, shriek, shed tears, surrender it. You are holding unprocessed grief. You want to skip over it and get back to normal. But grief doesn't go away because you ignore it. The only way to healing is to walk through it. Losing a loved one is the ultimate heartbreak, but you also experience grief after breakups, job loss, and disappointments. Self love and self care are required. Ask for support. Be gentle with yourself. Her declaration is I am supported by my loved ones, those who are seen and those who are unseen. So, pulling on this message of freedom and grief, and I'm also thinking that, through actually grieving and going through that process of releasing tragedy, you do set yourself up for liberation, right? You do get a chance to free yourself from the hurt and the pain and all of that. Um, and what I love is that on the bottom of the deck we have death, Six of Cups, and the Three of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. And death tends to talk about a transformation, right? And the goddesses are telling us that we need to process our grief so that we can go towards liberation. And below death, we have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups tends to talk about something from your past. Um, Also, it could even be, giving, um, reminiscing, nostalgia. And then we have the Three of Cups, which for me is just a celebration card. It's also, your ancestors and guides are around you, supporting you. So if you're feeling alone and you see this card, it's to remind you that you're not alone. But it could also mean, hey, it's time to go out and party. And then you also have the Ace of Wands, which is a brand new beginning. And just tying all of this together, what I'm getting is that you are going through a transformation right now. You know, you're grieving. Some of you might even be grieving this stage because it's like everything is changing. You're feeling the change. Maybe you're seeing 555 a lot, right? So everything is just changing. You're on the cusp of this big transition, and You may even have to be releasing some people from your past. You could have to be releasing some experiences from your past, some people from past lives as well. I did a reading recently, and it was about how people were clearing karmic cycles, and that is what I see here at the base of this message. But I want to dive in a little bit more because we got the King of Swords, King of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Three very different energies coming through to clarify or to build on Queen Nani and Allah and Goddess Allah. So let me clarify the King of Swords. Why is the King of Swords here? That last reading I did had a lot of people in it. They were just, whoever that reading was for, they were surrounded by a lot of people. You know, and it seems that we have that here again. So we have a King of Swords. King of Swords tends to be a very intelligent person. Somebody who chooses logic. Oh, the Queen of Wands wanted to come out. Somebody who chooses logic over feelings. You know, but they're also really close to their intuition. So not only are they smart, but they also listen to their internal guidance, which makes them even more intelligent, right? Sometimes they can be a bit up in the clouds, a little lofty, little away from everybody else, and you have to be careful not to get too lost in your ego because you feel like, you know, you're smarter than everybody else. Then we have the King of Cups. Oh, here we go. We have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, the King of Cups is a lover, not a fighter. He in like a, oh, we have the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I was just clarifying the King of Swords, but the King of Cups now, he is, when he's mature, he knows how to balance his emotions really well. He feels what he feels, but he can also communicate his feelings in a really mature way, you know, in a way that really can build connections. What I got when I pulled this card initially was that this King of Cups is very uncomfortable. We're going to dig into it. If it is that he's uncomfortable with his feelings, or if he's just uncomfortable sharing his feelings, I'm not quite sure as yet, but let's dig in a little bit more. So as I said, we have the King and the Queen of Swords, which could point to some sort of, oh yeah, Four of Wands. Oh, but Seven of Swords. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I've been getting a very cautious energy, but what we do have is Temperance and the Chariot. So I find that with the King and Queen of Swords, though, they're not really a romantic couple, but they could be, you know, like business. They could be in business together. They're so logical and grounded that romance doesn't really tend to work here, but they do make good partners. And the fact that they're here, and Temperance is here, and the Chariot is here, there is some movement towards, I think this King of Swords is coming towards you, and they're guided by, it's interesting because this is such a fast moving card, and then this is all about patience and balance and divine timing. So there seems to be a bit of a push and pull here, whether you are moving towards the King of Swords or this King of Swords is moving towards you. Alright, husband, why is the King of Cups here? Why is the King of Cups here? Oh, the Empress. Oh, lovely. Oh, and the Three of Swords. Ah, so this King of Cups, Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck, Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Hanged One. Oh, and the Star. Yeah. So this King of Cups sees you as an Empress. However, there is some heartbreak in the King of Cups' life. I'm going to say his life, even though it's just energy. Doesn't have to be a man, it could be a woman, or a non binary person. But the point is, he sees you as his empress, but he's uncomfortable because of all of this hurt that he has been through. And please, the roles can be reversed. So maybe you see someone that you see as the empress, the most powerful woman in the deck, someone who is, fertile and just loving and abundant and can manifest whatever she wants. But because of some past heartbreak, you are uncomfortable with sharing your emotions for her. You know, I do want to come back to the. I'm going to keep moving forward. Oops. Did not ask a question. It's interesting though, I got the Eight of Wands came out. I didn't ask a question, but I was looking at the Chariot and Temperance and saying I really wanted I really wanted to go back and clarify this message a little bit more. But you see, it's more communication, it's more fast moving energy. This is somebody who wants to come towards you. Okay? And then on the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Cups, which is the King of Cups. There's definitely some divine partnership here that or partnerships. It's interesting that we do have many soulmates in our lives, and as I said, I did a reading earlier this week, maybe last week, and it was all about clearing karmic connections. And so a lot of us right now, we're dating people just back to back to back to back, and these are all soulmates, or these are people with whom we've had karmic ties, and the universe is giving us a chance to clear all of these contracts, right? To complete these contracts so that we can get to our divine counterpart, if that is what you're looking for. So for me, this reading is for somebody who has been dating quite a bit, or is reflecting on the people that they've dated, and they're realizing that they've learned a lot of lessons, they've grown a lot, and the universe is just trying to tell you, look, you've cleared a lot of these karmic connections, these soul contracts that you may have had, and something is coming in for you. Okay? All right. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Why is the Knight of Wands here? Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is more of like an in and out energy. Some people might think of him as a playboy or a player. It can be a FWB kind of situation. But definitely in and out. Not bringing a lot of fun. Going to bring a lot of fun, but not bringing commitment. So yeah, this is definitely turned into a love reading. And I'm being reminded of the fact that, like, you might have these really, you might have had, look at that, the devil. You might have had these really negative experiences in relationships in the past, but it's important to not let that hold you back from experiencing something new. As long as you really and truly process what happened, and you're able to go forward. Authentically. That's it. Go forward authentically. So the devil is here speaking about obsession. Yeah. Obsession and sometimes addiction, sometimes control and power. And as I was saying, this Knight of Wands is not somebody, this Knight of Wands could just be somebody that you're addicted to, somebody you just can't get enough of, but they're not even around long enough for you to really get your fill, which leaves you in that feeling of, I need more, I need more, I need more. So why is the devil here for the Knight of Wands? Why is the devil here for the night? Oops. Ah, this is the magician. The magician. Did it come out in reverse? Yeah, it did. All right. So the magician came out in the reverse. So this is somebody who's. Oh, mosquitoes are biting me. This is somebody whose manifestation has been blocked. You know, we have the Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands. Oh, Wheel of Fortune is on the bottom of the deck. But, so what I'm guessing is that this person is, because of their in and out, in and out, in and out kind of attitude, they're not going to be able to really come to you. Even though, and they keep coming in and out because of this kind of obsessive connection. But having the magician in the reverse points to like a blocked manifestation is how I read it. It's somebody who, because of the other things that are happening in their life, yeah, there is they're just not going to get what they want right now until they deal with this devil energy. So it could even be speaking to you. Is there somebody in your life who you need to cut out because they're really only bringing in passion? They're really only bringing in obsession and addiction and all of these emotions or activities that you really do want to cut out of your life. If that's the case, then it's time. It's time. All right. Okay. All right. House, is there anything else that we need to? I kind of wanted to just look more at the Temperance and the Chariot. Oh, but we're at 17 minutes. Okay. Any other advice? Any other advice? Any other advice? Any other advice? Ooh. Truth is coming. I'm going to stop here. I asked, is there any other advice? And we have Ace of Swords and the Star on the bottom of the deck. Let's see. I'm just kind of fast. 2 at once. I'm way too fast. And the Knight of Cups. Okay. As I said, so for those of you on this path of transformation and transition right now, keep going. Keep going. I feel like there are just a lot of people in your energy right now, and you will learn the truth about them. You will learn who is for you, who you need to cut out, and who you can only see like once a month. You know, wish fulfillment is coming, healing is coming, right? Allah is here, Goddess Allah is here telling us to cry, telling us to sob and really shed all of our grief. So you have this healing coming, you know. You have the opportunity to create the life that you want as you are clearing these connections. And I want you to know that you are like divinely guided. Like your angels, your spirit guides, God, whoever it is for you is there with you. They're holding your hand, they're watching you, they're guiding you through this. So even if you feel like it's a little too much right now, or you're feeling alone, the Hermit card, Kate, was on the bottom of the deck a few times. So I know some of you are in hermit mode, just staying by yourselves. I want you to know that it's okay. It's all a part of the process, but you have to be honest with yourself and really ensure that you are, you know, really processing, really releasing the grief, releasing these past people, and working more and more on yourself, because you do have a plan, you do have a direction, there's something that you have that you want to do. and you have to make the space for it, you know. You really do have to make the space for it. Because, see, somebody's coming. Somebody else is coming. So you release all of these people. Yeah, somebody else is coming. The high priestess. Okay, well, I'm going to stop here for today. I hope that this message resonated with you. If it did not, that's okay. Leave it for someone else. And all the best.